It's 1 a.m. on Friday morning. Judas is coming with the Roman soldiers to arrest Jesus. He has betrayed Jesus. 30 pieces of silver is what they paid Judas. In Exodus chapter 21, that's the amount that is delineated and given for the price of a slave. Judas, the money guy, he's the one that kept the treasury for this band of disciples. He was somebody that recognized the value of income, and for the price of a slave, he betrays Jesus. He gives him up. They come into the garden, this band of Roman soldiers and Judas at their head, and Judas says, "The one that I greet with a kiss is the one that you should arrest." Judas then goes to Jesus and does just that. He greets him with a kiss, a sign of affection. Jesus asks the Roman soldiers, who is it that you seek? They say, "Jesus of Nazareth." And he gives a statement. He says, "I am he." It is in that moment that there's an expression of power that's really we can't understand it. All the soldiers fall back. They stumble in that moment. It's as if Jesus' proclamation of his identity even leads them to not understand what is going on in this moment. It's in that moment that Peter draws a sword and cuts off the ear of one of the high priest's servants. We know his name to be Malchus, and Jesus picks up the ear, says, "This is not what we're here for," picks up the ear and literally places it back on the guy's head. I mean, this is some phenomenal things that happen in this very moment. It is just a motion of events that happen. And after all of that, after the power that Jesus expresses, after the healing that he shows, after the betrayal of one of his disciples, they simply take Jesus and they arrest him and they lead him away to be tried. It is incomprehensible. It is the stuff that Hollywood movies are made out of. To see all of these events happen, and then at the end of the day, he willingly goes. He willingly is arrested. Again, he's there not to fight. He's there to sacrifice. He's there to give his life. He's there to recognize that this is my job. This is the plan of God. This is what is happening so that you can be saved, so that I can be saved. He is giving his life. They did not take it. They did not arrest him against his will. He willingly went with them. At a word, at a moment, at a thought, he could have rescued himself. And yet, he was willing to go. He was willing to be tried. And eventually, he was willing to give his life so that you and I could have a relationship with God through the sacrifice of Jesus. In this moment, we see the beginning of those events start to take place. And we see the willingness of Jesus to play his part so that he might be our Savior and our Lord.